place in the north. Welcome to the Angry Geek Show. I'm Jeremy Courtney. With me as always, Louis Perry, and we have special guests today, cosplayers extraordinaire.
And crafters.
And yes, well, isn't it one in the
I gave Brandon a ring. Yeah, we're engaged.
One same, right? Question, because I did bring up Calvin.
What?
Who would win in a fight, Chuck Norris or Bruce Lee?
Oh, that's so wrong. Bruce Lee.
You think a dead guy could beat up? Really? I tried to argue this with Calvin, and he's like, "No, come on, you can't really." But I'm like, "No, I really think Chuck Norris could kill a dead guy or beat up a dead guy." No.
That's how you start. I gave Brandon a ring. Well, anyway, welcome to this week's show. Before we get started, I've got to make a special announcement.
Okay.
We have her dad on the show, one of our favorite rock stars from Kiss Forever. But I want to say congratulations to Amber for graduating. Amber, congratulations. And hurry up and become a lawyer, because that way when Jeremy and I get a divorce, you can handle everything. Anyway.
Half?
I
got half.
You still owe me. You still owe me.
I didn't bring it?
No.
With the cape?
The cape.
So yeah, even I know that.
You still owe me.
I took it out of the closet.
You still owe me.
I don't know where I put it.
And no, Tyler ain't going to be there on the 16th.
Last week I took it out of the closet to bring here, and then I didn't bring it.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break for K&S Collectibles Toys of the Week, and then we'll be right back with our guests. Sean, thank you for Toy of the Week. You can find that at K&S Toy Box.
Where did that bag come from?
Out of nowhere.
We got gifts. we always got gifts for our guests on the show. So first, I'm going to give Brandon his gift. This is for you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, kind sir.
You're quite welcome.
Next week we'll get you one that fits.
No, that one fits. Now this one right here, this is an exclusive. Sir, you and I, we share a common bond.
It may look like it's one, but that's because...
Oh, no. This is, at the moment, is a one-of-a-kind. It's a one-of-a-kind. And we share a common bond. Oh, open up your shirt. This was not planned. He just happened to wear that shirt today.
That's right.
So, I want you to look at this.
No way. Are we getting Batman logos?
Oh, no, this is on better. This is on better.
What's better than a Batman logo?
You'll see. This is a one-of-a-kind exclusive.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that is awesome.
Are we allowed to show that?
That is awesome.
Batman peeing on Marvel.
Wow. And after all the flaming online and...
Oh, I'm very angry with Marvel.
You just pissed off a lot of Marvel people.
I know I did.
Hold on. I usually will defend Marvel because, like, I'm like, they're not so bad, but like they've ruined me. They're rebooting again.
What are they rebooting now?
The whole.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All over again. We're only on issue like 16 of Amazing Spider-Man or something like that, and they're rebooting again. I'm like,
but you know what? The Marvel fans are going to have a problem with that. But when DC rebooted, everyone went to New 52, and then with Convergence there, they had
everybody was saying, they're rebooting with Convergence. No, they're not. They're just sprucing up a few titles.
Yeah, and they had conniption fits, but that's okay because it was DC.
Mind you, I'm still wondering where they're going with Gordon being Batman. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, thank you, because I haven't picked up my books yet. You have
a pile of books in your
Oh my, you have no idea. It was funny. Before you guys were here, actually, Brandon and I shot a whole show, but no tape was running.
I know, right?
And we had some awesome conversations.
I do that at home all the time.
I know. I was like, I told Brandon halfway through one of our conversations, I was like, damn it, we should have been recording this. This is great stuff.
No, it sucks though when we turn the cameras on. Everything just.
Why do you have stuff here in the?
This is my new strawberry watermelon polar seltzer. Nothing more refreshing.
All right, well, you know what? During our next break, I'm going to go get these chaps some water, get myself some water, and you're not getting nothing.
Strawberry watermelon.
Uh-oh.
Can I go on what I was saying, please?
Regular watermelon.
Can I continue
I
on?
love watermelon.
Can I continue?
Flavored.
Can I continue what I was saying?
If you'd like.
Brandon and I were talking. I was looking for books. I had no idea where they were. Because he goes, you have so much stuff. I'm like,
you do?
This is not. This is only like a quarter of it. And I'm like, what the hell? So I'm running into the bedroom. Can't find it. It's not here. Running out here looking through this one box. It's here somewhere. I just don't know where. And his reaction was pretty funny.
You just need me to go through.
You're not touching my stuff. You're not touching my stuff.
I can't organize my own collection, but I'd like to go through yours.
You're not touching none of my stuff.
This looks pretty organized in here already.
I know,
I think you're.
Oh,
No,
actually, I'm going to remodel. I'm going to
Comic
remodel.
books are like mine. They're just thrown in boxes. There's no rhyme or reason at all. Outside is, yes.
Looks
I need this. I need this much room. I'm actually getting rid of toys because the closet's overflowing.
Well, actually, I'm going to be buying more, and I was actually talking to Rose this morning on remodeling the Geek Lair.
Nice.
Oh, good. Why jealous? Why are you so jealous? Why you hate?
Because all the
Dude,
toys are
my
coming out of his
toys-
closet right now.
I have a closet. You have a room, like a sanctuary.
Plus, I got the basement, but
fortress.
Sarah,
the
fortress.
it was funny. Even Sarah felt bad for me. She looked at me. She's like, "What are you doing with those?" I'm like, "I've got no more room. I've got to get rid of them." I guess. She's like, "Well, you could put them in the basement." I'm like, "Oh, another place where I won't see them."
What are you getting rid of? Anything I want?
No, just
Lying
little.
bastard.
Well, I'll show you. I mean, I was gonna.
This
put,
comes
like,
from the guy. Hey, I just sold a whole run of Flash. Is it stuff that I need to fill in my collection? Probably.
Hey, I put it on public forums. I'm like, here you go.
I'm just expecting you to get on there to go look at it.
Yeah.
All right, sir. What do you want to talk about? I know you. What do you got planned big? I know you're going to be at Massive Con. You're going to be at Boston Comic Con. I know for sure. What do you have planned?
I right now I'm working on upgrading my Warhammer Space Wolf suit.
Which you saw last year on the Angry Geek Show.
Yep. Actually, that was a just
Or
funny
at
story
a
about
con.
that. I was talking to people about the first interview. You guys are one of the first interviews I ever dealt with. That was the first convention I ever went to.
Really?
The first time cosplaying. the
Hopefully,
first
we
time
got
competing.
you prepared for real interviews.
I was talking to somebody about it. I was like, during that conversation, during the thing, you said that you had a bunch of friends in there that were competing as well, and they were really good. And I was like, my level went from being, like, oh, I did pretty good with this costume to, oh my god, I hope I'm, going to be all right up there. But no, it was great being over there. Like I said, I'm working on upgrading my suit right now. I have a buddy that's coming from Virginia. An old friend of mine, he's been dying to get into cosplay, and I'm helping him out now to get a Red Hood off the ground. So I'm working.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
My son Christian is.
How hard is it to pick up a Red Hood?
Not very hard.
One of his first cosplays was he was going to be Red Hood, and I'm working on that mask for you.
Yeah.
The wrestling world had a little bit of so I will take care of it.
Yeah, that's actually a friend of his. She does cosplay down in Virginia, and she's looking for, like I said, a Bane luchador style mask.
Well, we do have the connections, but we had a little bit of a
Yeah.
thing. But now next week I will make sure I get you that information.
Awesome. But yeah, that's
We
what I'm working on.
We gotta talk to Smiley.
Yeah.
We need a mask.
Well, don't do the Bane mask from Arkham Knight comic. God, that was horrible.
Yeah, I know. This is a Nightfall style kind of mask. But no, yeah, it's I'm working on that. I'm working on Red Hood for my friend. Working on the chest armor part right now and getting that on the ground. Kind of cramming everything right before Massive. That's usually my MO is to do things last minute. But
Well, I'm not like you.
I know,
You're like a year ahead.
Yeah.
We had this nice long conversation. He goes, I'm planning for 2016. I need some advice.
I am.
Yeah, Brandon has your list of costumes that you have is crazy, just absolutely crazy. But
Here's a hint at one of them.
well, that's actually something me and Brandon will talk about together.
Shazam.
Where next year, 'cause
Yes,
he's working
Shazam.
on-
Actually, you're not too far off on one of them.
But no, yeah, me and him were talking about that. He's doing a Green Lantern, and I'm going to be doing a Green Lantern as well, hopefully next year too.
Yeah.
So we'll be teaming up for something together.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What were you babbling about?
I said, did you read the new Green Lantern?
I didn't go to Mason's yet. I did not pick up my
I
books.
read the new Green Lantern. Very good. The artwork, I'm a little.
I
bit
know the
iffy
cover
on.
is badass because Christopher Lopez.
It is.
He
It
showed
is
it.
very-
Look what I
wish-
got. I'm
I
like,
wish
oh.
the cover complemented what was inside. I mean, the story inside is good. The art wasn't as good as the cover, but like it's good stuff.
You want to tell the video scope what you're working on? What we talked about in the past hour, which I enjoyed. We had a better conversation than you and I.
Ooh.
Why? Because he didn't backtalk.
Trying to push you out.
No, no,
Bring
we
your foot in the door.
didn't backtalk me, and he was just like in awe. And he doesn't try to touch anything.
He yes sir'd you.
I didn't do all that.
That's why you don't like me. It's because I argue.
I love you.
That's
I
why you
know-
guys
I
are
don't
perfect,
like you.
you
I love
guys.
you. You're my brother. You know that.
Nah,
So anyway,
whatever.
you want to give a?
Yes.
Do you want to tell the camera what we talked about?
Yeah. So I'm going to be going to Massive Comic Con just like Antonio. I'm working on.
And Jeremy and Louie.
And Jeremy Louis. I'm going to be doing. I'm debuting 2 costumes. I'm doing Captain Cold, and I'm also doing a gender bent of Maleficent. So I.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like the
the
movie
movie
one?
version.
Interesting.
But the.
We are so much alike because that's exactly why I asked him.
But my version is gonna be a lot more more darker, more menacing, more.
Very cool.
more
I
evil.
like the movie version.
Well,
Yeah,
when
it
you
was
when you
definitely
told me that
interesting.
earlier when you first got here,
I had
you know
my
what popped in my head?
reservations at first.
Yeah.
Tim Curry from Legend. That
Oh, yeah.
that popped into my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because her horns are kind of like too feminized, so I'm making her horns a lot more just like big, like kind of like bull horns in
Yeah.
a way, like just more big and masculine, just like. And I gotta try. I mean, I'm gonna try it. Her.
That's something else we talked about.
Her staff with the orb on it, and it lights up different colors. And you know, I'm really excited about it because I've been working on it for a while. And me and
I'm working on Witcher 3.
Did you play Witcher 1 or 2?
No,
Then why are you playing Witcher 3?
because I don't know, it's fun. But like,
I can't.
you guys have like way.
I can't play things out of order. I don't know why that's the case. It looks amazing. The game looks great.
I can't do that either.
I'm
I
sorry, I needed a role playing game and like.
Yeah.
Batman comes out in what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And I have it pre-ordered. Believe me, I've had it pre-ordered for a
That
year and a
you
half.
can't wait 2 weeks?
Year and a half. A year and a half I waited.
Yeah, so you can't wait 2 more weeks.
I need it.
You gonna came in, you gonna borrow. You got The Last of Us. Play The Last of Us again.
Oh no, I turned that in
Why?
because I
For
got
Batman.
bored. I got bored. Like I had already played it before, so like I was
Then
going
get-
through
then
it
get-
again, and like I was just like, God, I've already done all this crap.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
it's fun and we can play online. Even though my PlayStation Plus is
like, mine
ran out.
I don't know. If
I gotta
still
buy a
have
new
it.
card.
But I was just saying, like, these guys, like, do stuff. I sit there and I go,
Well, that's a problem why it takes me till the last minute to do stuff because I'm usually like this. Playing
I
a
think
video
I need the
game.
book for Witcher 3, though.
All right, I was saving this question for
Wow,
you
cool stuff.
when we were talking.
You should get Witcher 3.
Shut up. All right, you.
Oh, I was shenanigans on you, GameStop. I was like, hey, I also want to pre-order Final Fantasy 15
Oh,
because
God.
that's the real RPG. That's like I grew up on the Final Fantasies and Dragon Warriors and like the fantastic.
Yeah, when you press the
But-
button, a little box pops up.
Hell yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, they moved
It-
away
it-
from turn-based.
No, yeah,
for
it's
the longest
so
time.
cool now. Like, dude, my warrior and sword, everybody dies. But anyways, I'm like, I want Final Fantasy 15, but the moron there, 15's done in Roman numerals, XV, that would be 15. Well, this moron's looking at XIV, which would be 14. Ooh. And he tells me, yeah, it's only online. And I'm like, oh, I don't play online. I'm not a fan of playing with other people. I play with myself. And,
It's better to play with a group than play with yourself.
No. But anyways, I'm just like, well, I don't want that. And he's like,
As
well,
the
there's this other
vinyls
one
I
that's
touch myself starts
typo
playing in the
and-
background.
So, when I think about it. I love that song, by the way. I'll pump that up anytime. But, yeah, and then he's like, no, this typo, I think, is the one you want. This one's not online. But I found out that's the one that's just based on the battles, and I'm just like, this sucks. I want the goddamn story. And that's not swear, by the way. Goddamn, it's not swear. And,
where's the job?
But I bought the typo under the GameStop employee's recommendation, under the recommendation that 15 was online only, but it was 14 that's online only, and 15 just doesn't have a reserve date yet because
It's too far out.
So I spent $60 on a game that I don't want to play.
Batman comes out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I got that pre-order.
And you know what? And then they're re-releasing.
I got the.
Then they're re-releasing Uncharted 1, 2, and 3.
I like 1 and 2. I don't think I played them.
Oh, 3 is amazing.
Oh.
Anyway, can I get back to my question that I wanted to ask?
Can you remember it?
Yeah.
Damn.
I wanted to ask you this earlier when you asked me about.
Why didn't you ask it earlier then?
Because the cameras weren't rolling and you weren't here. Anyhow, you asked me for advice. You plan your cosplays out 2 years.
You asked him for advice?
Well, I wanted to get his input.
Who else than to come to me for input?
Oh, the most senile freaking person in the world. Yeah.
I'm not crazy. I was tested. Anyhow.
Yeah, but
How-
that was for, like, AIDS and other things. That wasn't for crazy. Herpes, gonosyphilitis. Oh, what was the question, by the way?
He forgot.
No, I did not forget. All right. How long does it take you to
Witcher
prepare?
3 is awesome.
How long does it take you to prepare a cosplay?
Well, it depends on how big it is, and I know my Green Lantern, between Green Lantern and 2016, I'm planning on doing Green Lantern,
Which I can't wait for, especially what we were coming up with.
Neptune, God of the Ocean.
I'm sure it was all Brandon, and Louis like, yeah, and then we could make it green.
Actually, no, I mentioned the Red Lantern.
I'm also planning on doing Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat, and also Galactus. So
Whoa, you didn't tell me that.
I forgot to tell you that part.
Because
But,
he was in a DC Hall of Fame.
See, you don't get to claim that one.
No.
I mean, a lot of times
that was all Brandon. None.
No, actually,
Louis.
the only one that I gave
So when he says, "Yeah, I was all in on the Galactus," no, wasn't fair.
to be honest, the only one that I was giving solid input was the Green Lantern. I was like,
Make it
"Ooh."
green, and he has a ring
I gave
and a little mask.
Well, we're not doing a mask. We're doing a helmet for a
Ooh.
Green Lantern helmet with a long jacket with no sleeves, and it's gonna be like the gauntlets.
It's gonna be badass.
It's gonna be really badass.
So you saw the cover of Green Lantern 41.
Yeah, I saw Christian show it to me. Not my Christian Lopez. He sent it over. He said, "Look at this. Get those marbles out of there, and it'll be all right."
And not to mention, I work with her name is Ellen Morey, and
I keep forgetting
and,
that.
Hi, Ellen. Watch the show.
And
Subscribe to us.
Scott Milliken, who's also
Hi, Scott.
he is a beast when it comes to making props, and he makes my props for me.
He made your cold gun, right?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
no. Actually, that was Castro. Castro, you're great too.
But
He made my what's his name? Scott made my bishop gun.
Oh, okay.
And Ellen, she helps me put together and helps me sew the my stuff together. I usually have a design of what I want, and then we go together and she helps me basically cuts the pattern out and sew it and put it all together and with this put it like a fitting. It doesn't work. We have to do it all over again. It's like no. So it's like a long process, and it's so.
And you could be doing this for your He-Man costume. Slacker.
Well, I'm waiting for these guys to finish their story so I can be like, so how do I make a barbarian underwear kind of thing?
You know what? He-Man is that would be kind of easy to do.
I know, but I suck. I can.
Yes,
think
you
of
do. Yes, you do.
Ideas come pretty easy, but actually doing.
Yeah.
And I'm a carpenter. I should be able
speaking
to
of that, he's supposed to be making me a shelf that's gonna look like.
Well, I can do that, but like
the shelf
for you,
is supposed
you
to
have
roll
to
away
design
because
it.
the cost.
You have
Excuse
to
me.
design it.
My closet over there has got comics and costume in it. Go figure. But I wanted a
Store-bought
shelf.
costumes.
I wanted. Yeah, so what? I'm not talented like these guys. I want it so when you move it away, it looks like going down to the.
That's where you got all the ideas for the Green Lantern one too.
No.
They just really nice store-bought one.
I do have a store-bought Green Lantern one.
Oh, by the way, I have your Flash one in my car.
Oh.
Yes, we share costumes.
Anyhow, and he still hasn't even built it.
Unbelievable.
I just
still
need a design. For that, I need, like I tell my wife, she thinks I'm a
Rose wanted him to
What's
cut a
the
straight
word?
line for 3 weeks.
person that designs buildings, an architect.
There we go.
I'm not. I'm a carpenter. You give me a blueprint, I can put it together for you. But and I can think of cool stuff but like the mechanics of it all, I'm just like.
That's how I am with cosplay. People have to do things. Like, I'll have an idea in my head, but you tell me to start it out of the gate, I'm like, I have no idea.
Exactly.
Like, I need people to, tutorials on YouTube.
Damn right.
Well, how long did it make you to make those suits? I know you were making one for your wife.
Yes, I end up
exactly.
backing. No, I backed away from that.
My wife would smack me and be like, "What are you doing?"
At first, she was when I actually got into cosplay accidentally because I wanted to do special effects makeup.
Cool.
Big into that, all horror stuff, zombies, all that type of stuff.
Well,
love
we
it.
do know Mad Z Productions. That probably use a guy like you.
Oh, I love it. I love that stuff. And I got into that, and I was watching Face Off, actually, and I noticed a lot of the artists over there, great with, makeup, but when it came to making props and things like that, a lot of them struggled. And I was sitting there like, I don't want to have that kind of a problem. If I want to make a prop or something like that, I'm going to have an issue doing it. So but a bunch of buddies of mine at work, they were into Warhammer. I was trying to start off with small things. I made a Bane mask. I had a buddy of mine that was a bodybuilder that, he wore and he looked just like Bane. I was like super impressed by it. But then I was like, I want to make something bigger. And they're like, these things are supposed to be giant, 7.5 foot tall, guys in robot suits. So I was like, yeah, I'll make one of those. And it turned into me making one for myself, to one for my brother, and one for my best friend. So yeah, those.
Pull that picture up, Lewis.
None of them.
That's awesome. Look at that.
Well, that's the
Those
thing.
bastards.
That's why I love my wife, because when I looked at tutorials, everybody's like, roughly ballparking, you're gonna look $400-500 to make this, suit. I'm like, all right, for all 3 suits, it's not gonna be that expensive. It went from like a $500 run to $3,000. After I was like,
I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Pull up that picture one more time.
I was just looking at
Hold on one
it today
second.
with my wife for $3,000.
All right, hold on one second. Pull up that picture one more time.
Yeah.
Now, I want, mind you, our row manager Lewis is only 3 feet tall, so you can see how big these costumes are.
Yeah, no, it was those actually took me 7 months total time. I mean, there was a lot of days where it was every single day of the week, or like 16-hour days I pulled. I had no idea, just foam all over the kitchen and living room and just sawdust everywhere. My wife's looking at me like, you better clean this up.
Well, I'll tell you what's significant about you guys being on the guest. 2012, 2013 is when I first met you at Boston Comic Con. You impressed me.
Thank you.
Immediately as Zeus. I was like,
Zeus, yeah.
and then last year, out of nowhere, I'm just walking through. I'm done with interviews for the day. I want to enjoy the con. I had to do one more because this guy comes walking out of literally just boom. And Louis Burgos grabbed me and he goes, look. And I turn around and there's these monstrosities. Now, seriously, Louis is short. And you just towered over him and I had to get you guys on because it was just, you were MIA.
I went home.
I think it was even Sunday. You weren't even there. It was just, wow.
Yeah, see, I have a life and a family. My wife's just like, you can go one day. This guy's let's go for 12. And let's go.
You're gonna be there all 3 days.
I know
because of me.
My wife's gonna be like, if
you didn't tell her?
No, she knows.
She knows now.
No, my wife doesn't watch this. Are you kidding me? My wife's tried and she was like, really?
She can't deal with the ranting and.
Oh, she's just.
You guys got people that watch. Well, it's Louis' mom.
She's so happy that I have somebody that goes to like movies with me now. She's just like, I don't have to go see Avengers. I'm like, no.
It was a funny story before we go on to our next break. Last year at Hartford Comic Con, he's at home and he's waiting, and Sarah goes, I thought you were going to COD. I'm waiting for Lou to come pick me up. She goes, oh my God, you got somebody going with you.
You got someone.
We're going to take a quick break for Mr. X Comics Comic Book of the Week, and we'll be right back. He lives right down the street.
I work out in Boston all the time, and like, I'm just
Welcome back,
I'm
Mr.
like,
X. Thank
what
you
the
for Comic Book of the Week.
fuck?
We appreciate it. He actually lives right down the street from where I work.
Yeah.
We just found this out like last week.
Yep.
But we're gonna have to go out for lunch one day.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
now
you,
he's
that's
gonna
gonna
be
be a hype for
calling you all
you
the
to get
time.
over there.
Every day.
Yeah,
I usually go down.
Northbridge.
I usually cut, like I said,
guy.
like I said, I cut through Sturbridge and everything, and I take about an hour, and that's where I make all my phone calls for the show and talk to him every night and talk to other people.
Try to avoid him. I lose my phone all the time.
He does. He loses. Like,
On purpose.
I'm trying to plan
Dude,
the show.
I hate phones. I really do. And like, I tell this guy, I'm like, I hate phones. He's like, that's okay. I'll call you every day.
Well, I'm trying, especially Wednesday to Friday, I'm planning out the show. Okay, we got this. We get our artists, we get this, we get cosplay, we get everything, and try to plan the show. Okay, we got guests coming on, we're going to do this, we're going to talk about this. And
Which I
everything.
appreciate being notified.
And then what
It's
happens?
Good. I get to
You have reached,
do research on people.
so I leave him the
That's like,
stupidest messages in the world. I sing to him
Let me see
sometimes.
if I have anyone.
Aw.
No, because Antonio has, what do you got there?
Yeah, so this
Oh,
is
sure.
yeah, he's trying to interrupt you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see it. But yeah, this is one of the props I just made for the Space Wolf.
That's
It's
badass.
trying to separate from. Yeah, I mean, you saw last year a giant shield and an axe, and the shield was so cumbersome. And I should have listened because there's a bunch of people online on the forums. One of the forums I'm part of, just give them a shout out, is Obscurus Crusade. These guys are amazing now. The Warhammer guys over there are awesome.
I mean, like, I was listening to that.
But no, they're great over there and stuff, and I think every single person was like, that shield might be too big for a con floor, and I'm over here trying not to knock things over, so I figure, let's get some, armament that's a little bit smaller, get a nice pistol, and
You know what would be a good thing for White Knight Chronicles? You ever hear? It's a cool video game. White Knight Chronicles, huge like Gundam knight
See what I have to
like
deal with?
okay.
suits that they. That would
talking
be.
to you.
Some
But
cool
speaking,
action.
I know it's Marvel related, but
What's Marvel related?
but there's an artist by the name of Jeffrey Castillo. Hopefully I said that right.
Probably.
You crazy? I can't even say your last name. Don't worry about it. We butcher everybody's name on this show.
But he's worked on, and he was living out in Hollywood. He just moved back out a while back to Natick, is where he's from, and he did movies like AI.
That was
Men
your
in Black.
phone, not the camera. You piece of garbage.
I was trying to find out what I was arguing with Jeremy earlier.
Okay, go ahead.
about.
But yeah, he's worked on movies like Men in Black, AI, a ton of movies. Bicentennial Man with Ron Williams, like that. He's a sculptor and stuff, and he actually.
That's one of my favorite
It's a
movies by
great-
Centennial Man.
Yeah,
that is so
incredible.
awesome.
The artwork
It's
in there is amazing.
Yeah,
The
and
robots
it's
in
like
it
50
amazing.
hours long. You're like, dude, when's this gonna happen?
Yeah.
It's great.
It is an incredible movie. But no, he's he actually approached my mother and saw
Who's
my
a
work.
very big supporter. I mean,
Oh yeah.
your mom is a
All
saint.
over. All
And,
over
hi,
them.
Mom. And she's. I'm serious. I was reading the stuff that your mom says to you on Facebook, and bro, God bless your mom. I mean, I can't remember, but Eric Estrada said something to me about my mom.
Yep.
That's your
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
That is your mom.
He's his dad. Do you believe
That was one of the best
Eric
interview guys.
You should show that interview to your mom and let her know.
Actually, I'm pretty sure she loves him too.
And show that interview to your mom and say, whenever I read her post on your page, I think of that interview.
Yeah.
Your mom is just great.
Yeah,
No.
no,
Applause to Mom.
she's definitely a big supporter and stuff like that. But she actually had a chance at meeting this guy, and he's actually, like I said, Marvel related, but he's wants to talk to me because I guess he is doing work on the next Spider-Man movie.
Really?
And he
Oh,
hasn't
that's
get
not
any.
Marvel.
I like
Really?
Marvel now. No.
No, that's not Marvel.
No, I
related
don't.
at all. Hold on.
Sony kind of Marvel.
No, I don't. I was just a joke because he's gonna be.
But no, he's working on that, and he saw my suits, and I don't know what it's about, but he said that he wanted to talk to me about. I'm guessing he's building a robot for the movie, so kind of spoiler-esque there. There's going to be a giant robot in that movie. Don't know what it's from or what it's for.
I'm a speculator on comics, so let's work with me here. You better freaking give me the DLO when
as soon as I find out, I'll
call me up and be like, Jeremy, get this number, blah blah blah, hurry! All money down.
Start making bets. But no.
Let me see the helmet that you brought on.
Yeah, so this is. I don't wear this often because lore-wise, lore-wise for the Space Wolves, they're known for keeping the helmets off. They're like space Vikings, I guess you say. They use their.
Only wear them in battle.
Yeah, so they're not even in battle most of the time. They're they have heightened senses and stuff like that. So putting the helmet on would make it so that they can't use those senses.
Where'd Brandon go? No.
Oh, actually, there's I don't know if they're not going to reach in here, but there's actually LEDs inside on each eye that lights up. So it's when it's darker, it's brighter. But I don't know if the lights will be in here. Would be let's see if I can get it on here.
That's badass. No, I have a wow, yeah.
So it's the camera there.
Since Will's not here, I don't know if you guys can see that. That is badass. All right, I have a question for you.
Where'd Will go?
Where'd Will go? He's working again. He can't run the camera. I have a question for you. My son Christian is building, and we talked about it earlier, building a Gears of War costume.
Oh, that's like a dream costume of mine.
And Rose, my wife, she was downstairs, and they did a plaster of Paris for his head because he's being Marcus. He keeps flipping back and forth between Carmine and Marcus.
Yeah, Carmine has an awesome helmet, for that. But yeah.
But which one? I keep saying, or Carmine? Which one?
yeah. I don't
what kind of advice would you give to him? He's not here today. What kind of advice would you give to him?
Get a lot of money and have somebody else do it for you.
Yeah, the price starts going up when somebody else starts making it for you.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if he's doing because I'm actually doing a Batman cowl that you've seen on there, and doing plaster and working.
I already asked for one.
Yeah, I want to make a whole bunch of them. But yeah, foam would probably be. You do a lot more of this, than I have. I've just kind of started, but yeah, I mean, foam would be best for the the chest armor and stuff like that. It's easier for you to actually work with for getting sizing and stuff like that. Especially a Gears of War suit, there's a lot of strapping involved in those things. So I mean, it would be able to fit perfect for a helmet. Yeah, they have simpler ways with like plaster and stuff, but you can have doing an actual life cast and stuff like that. That's that's tough. Like that's special effects makeup work right there and stuff like that. But there's I think YouTube tutorials on there all day for. Yeah,
that's what he got. I think for the Lancer, he was going to cut it out of wood, but then he was going to use a Nerf gun. He was doing a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, you can use a balsa wood, like the nice flat stuff, and just keep building up on them. And Punish Props has a bunch of tutorials on their site showing their work on that. They use foam too. You can build up the same way with foam as you would with wood. So
okay, cool.
I actually have to go down to Atlanta because Scott needs me down there because we have to do a cast of my head and a cast of my body.
You have the perfect shape head. And it's like in yes, I'm gonna quote the Expendables and you can show up. It's like when Tool was looking at Christmas's head and said, "You have the perfect shaped donut." I could draw like a little starlight coming out.
Because in 2017,
that is a plan. That is planned.
He's like, he's on. We had such a cool conversation, and Rose goes, "I think Antonio's here." Okay, send him up when he knocks on the door. I was like, if it's Jeremy, screw it. Jeremy just wrecked a great conversation. So go on.
Well, 2017, we're working on a really huge original cosplay. It's going to be a 4-armed alien. And I'm actually like working with the details, like where he's from and what his powers are. But
you can't do that.
Not
you.
No, because you have the thing about you. I've seen like so many of your costumes, and you have original work there too, and it's like that's a ton of props to that because it's very easy. At least in your head to be like, I want to do a Green Lantern, and then I can add to it, just like I did with my Space Wolf. I add a starting off point, and I can add to it. But to do an original work like that, you amazing. You know, I give you props for that.
You know, I have to say, like, when I first met Antonio and it was at Boston Comic Con, and he just like, I remember like my mouth dropped because I was like, this guy's coming in, like this monstrosity of a costume. He was like 20 feet tall, and I was
Yes.
like, I was like, this is amazing.
I give
This is-
props to the people at Boston because when we were walking in there, I mean, they had to part the sea kind of with all the people, and like the doors, like I mean, all the people that
How did you get in? Because I
was the task guy.
I know when I saw you, we were at the back end of the convention center, and like I said, we were done. I was like, I just want to enjoy I want to spend money because I told you what I do, and I was like, I want to spend money. So I'm walking around, and all of a sudden, Lewis just grabbed me, and it was like, again, brother, I'm sorry. He's only this big. And that shadow, I was like, holy hell, get the camera back on now. We didn't have the mic or anything. I'm like, I don't care. I need to talk to this cat. This is amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I was like, I had to look up. I was like, oh, hi. I was like, this is amazing. I was like, how do you even get around in that? Like, that is...
It's actually, it's slow. I can say that, you move slow. I'm on like, a foot tall
Jeremy's
stilts.
like, I didn't see it live because you're a loser. That's why. You're a loser.
I'm sure I've seen it before, so...
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, you see it in Memorex.
Massive,
Yeah.
you'll probably see it over there.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember, too. I remember when you
I'll
guys...
get to see the better ones.
You guys
Yeah.
were...
You got to see Last Gen.
You guys were going to to you guys' car in the garage. I remember...
Yeah.
And I remember me and my friend was driving. We was like going home, and my friend was like, "I feel so bad for them. I gotta take that off. I just feel so bad."
How did you transport that?
We actually, for that, because it was all 3 suits at the same time, we had to get a U-Haul for that and actually get a big box
I
truck.
saw the U-Haul.
Yes, you had to get
I
a
saw
box
the
truck.
U-Haul.
And even with a box truck, the small one, it was still like barely fitting everything. I was sitting there like, me and my wife putting everything, and like, I really hope this fits because this is going to be bad news. We have to throw some stuff in people's car and stuff like that. But no, it's, I mean, this time it's going to be just my suit. I'm going to be competing over at Massive by myself this time. And so it'll be a little bit easier, just throwing in a couple cars or something like that, or, a big van or something. But I'll get it there somehow.
All right. Another question really quick for you. When you go to a con, do you go in cosplay?
Always.
Always. That's awesome.
Always.
That's awesome.
They would never see me in regular, like...
Well, I was like, it was funny, like, when you pulled up, Rose goes, I think, I'm looking. Oh, that's Brandon. Because I'm so used to seeing you dressed up, and that's what I was going to bring to Jeremy. Jeremy, you knew his real name. You know his real name. But we do have other cosplayers that you don't want to know their real name. So what's the difference between knowing Brandon and what Brandon
Because
looks
I've
like?
always been introduced to Brandon as Brandon. I've known everybody else as, hey, that's the guy that dresses up as Batman. They only do one set character.
That's true.
Brandon has, like...
Well, what about, say Scarlet Fly?
slew.
She does a ton of different characters.
But her name's Scarlet Fly.
It stands out.
I don't know her, but I really don't know her real name.
True,
I really
true.
don't.
Okay.
I learned Daredevil's name, Robert. But he's also now
The Thing.
He's got Thing. He's got Daredevil, and he's got 2 others, right? That he does pretty.
Axl Rose, he
regular.
does quite often.
Yeah. Oh,
I like
and
Daredevil, too.
Daryl. He does
And
Daryl
Daryl.
from Walking
All right,
Dead.
one other question for you before we take a quick break. What advice do you have to for people getting into cosplay? Being who you are, I
Be
know
rich.
it's going to be heavy.
Get lots of money. Find somebody to make costumes for you.
What do you have for, especially young kids? Are you Team Angry Junior? They're all into
She must
cosplay.
be deaf.
So
Get lots of money.
I just think that, cosplay is about fun, and it's just about, like, expressing
That shit ain't
yourself.
fun, man. I'm sure you guys sit there going,
During it.
I suffer for my craft.
Yeah,
I
I'm sure.
I suffer, but it is about, like, this is an appreciation when people say, "Oh my God, you're my favorite character. Oh, I love your costume," and like you feel so empowered. Don't let people hate on you. Like, if people hate on you, just ignore them, because people are gonna say, I remember I
Or
said...
get better. God.
Or get better.
No, I'm kidding.
I just said, I said I would love to do a Gambit, but he's not black though. I'm like, yeah, but you do know that he's
Wait
not...
a minute, you're black?
It's like, you do know he's
that
a fake
I never
character,
understand.
right? Yeah, it's
I don't
fictional,
get it.
so...
I love when people gender bend. I love like there's this one dude. I'm friends with him on Facebook, Harry Crossland. He does this wicked awesome, like, I don't know if it's Jor-El but it's like the Kryptonian suit. Like, it's badass. Him and his wife, and but he's black, and like, I'm just like that, but it's perfect. It's like, it's so awesome. Like, why does it even matter? Like, my favorite thing with Supergirl coming out, I'm just like, have you guys seen that Jimmy Olsen's bald? It drives me fucking up a wall. God damn it. That guy has beautiful locks.
We're going to take a quick break for Revival Pro Wrestling, and we'll be right back. Beat all the way.
Oh.
He hates Aquaman.
What? Don't. Oh.
There you go. Go on.
Yes, get it.
Go.
Get it.
Nate
Go.
Moore.
Go. Go on.
Friggin-
He sounds like Orlando. I am going
I
to...
tried to
We had a
read
whole
that.
45-minute conversation.
did.
I
am going to
tried.
sell you Aquaman one more time.
All right.
Like-
Before we do, let's go to the Angry Geek Show Cosplayer of
No,
the
I
Week.
read this week.
Wait. This week's Angry Geek Show Cosplayer of the Week is...
Jeremy McMormack.
Thank you, Jeremy. Show some pictures. Thank you, Jeremy McCormack, for being a
You
cosplayer.
just called him McCormack.
He brought it back for you.
No, it's McMormack.
That's what they said.
You said McCormack.
I can't say people's names. I have no
I'm
idea.
just wondering,
But you know
because
what?
McMormack
I'm giving the floor to
sounds
Brandon because he's going to school your ass.
School. I
Brandon.
brought my books.
Go.
No, like you said that name was better.
I mean, I hope. No, I didn't say Namor. No,
You said
no.
You don't like water.
No, both of them. I'm just like Namor, like woo.
You sound like a dolphin.
Oh God, it drives it like
You speak fish.
They should have like wicked cool powers, but then
They do.
No, they do. But like, and then you go back to alright. They live in Atlantia and they fight like fish.
They don't fight fish. They fight other.
They fight other
aquatic
fish.
Black Manta and
That's-
Ocean Master.
Sorry, is that not a
And
fish?
pirates.
Are they not fish? Oh, and pirates.
Yes,
They are
Actually,
Bosnian pirates, like
They're
the
not fish.
Expendables.
They're like fish-like creatures, but they're like in human form. They still have,
But what's
They
weird
are
is they
called the
hate
Forgotten.
humans. And they hate humans. They hate our
and
way
they
of life.
should.
No.
We pollute their
Screw
oceans.
you, Atlantia. Screw you,
Throw some trash out
Balboa,
the sea later.
Momoa,
I
whatever.
mean, Aquaman is such a dope character. Like between his super strength,
I tried when 52 renewed and all that stuff. I tried to get into it, and
DC was sending you it for free
For-
and you didn't read it.
for 10 seconds I was like, "Oh, that's interesting," and then I'm like, "But what the fuck do I care about that?" Oh! Damn you, mothers against me swearing.
It was Superman.
you're gonna learn today.
You're right. Learn today. We're going to take a quick break for LHV Publishing's Artist of the Week, and we'll be right back.
LHV Publishing's Artist of the Week, David Lima. David, thank you for being the Angry Geek Show, LHV Publishing's artist.
Damn,
of-
Doug,
Before we
jumps
wrap
all over
up,
me.
I did have a phone call the other day, somebody for you, and actually you reminded me of it
Who's
today.
calling you for me?
You reminded me, and it's bizarre, really bizarre. Brian Edmonds, the Dark Archer of Boston, is going to come back on.
Oh, too bad.
Yep. And do you remember what he said to you the last time he was here? You actually saw the footage today for the first time when he shot the arrow off of you.
Oh, yeah.
When he shot the Green Lantern ring off your head with his arrow.
See,
He said next time, flaming arrows and gasoline. I guess that would be the day we'll have the Angry Geeks barbecue. We'll have everybody over.
we should have an Angry Geeks barbecue. I'm just hungry, but...
Hungry? Well, I guess that's it for this week. Brandon, thank you for being on.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure. Antonio, thank you for the great gifts. Thank you for coming on,
Thank you
especially
for
with your
having
cosplay stuff.
How come Brandon didn't bring us anything?
He did. He brought us love. He brought his presence.
That's right.
I don't feel that
Brought
love.
the glow. I'm
I'm not
blocking you.
feeling any love.
It stops right here.
Our guests don't have to bring us anything. Adjust themselves. They give us their
Put
time.
that into the new contract.
You walk in the door, you have to bring
I
something.
need swag bags.
All right, before we do sign off, Massive Con next for both of you
Yep.
guys.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to be at Massive Con. We're going to be at New England Fan Fest 5. We are going to be at Northeast Comic Con. You guys going to go to Northeast?
I'm going to Northeast.
I won't be.
Okay. After Northeast, we got...
Kineticon.
Thank you very
I got
much.
that one.
We will... You're going to be there?
Yep.
We
Oh,
will
good,
be
good,
there.
good.
We
Yeah.
will be there at...
Kineticon.
And then we got two of the most important shows to me. Boston Comic Con.
I will be there.
Then one of the most important shows to me, Connecticut Comic Con, Mohegan Sun, August 15th, 16th, and 17th. Mohegan
I
Sun.
know the guy that runs that.
I know the guy that runs that too. He doesn't like you.
He likes me way better than he likes you.
We're gonna have that guy here with us.
Oh, fuck. He's not gonna...
I tell you, when Mitch is here in the Geek Lair with us, that jar is gonna be out because we.
Oh, God.
When we have Mitch.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Viewer discretion
kids'
advised.
when we have Mitch on our show, it's gonna be like when we have the Dirt Dog Jeremy Leary on our show. It's just gonna be not here live, but when we're at our
Oh.
PW, it's gonna be one big censorship right down the lane.
Just
We
beat
don't
it
have
across the whole-
we don't have enough time to hit that button. Anyway, Louis Perry for Brandon, for Antonio.
You forgot my name.
Say your name. For Jeremy Courtney. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Check out our Facebook page because we're going to have a contest on the Team Angry page.
Remember, October
like that.
7th is my birthday if you want to send presents.
Or you can come to ChaseCon and see us both there. Maybe
You know,
he will
real
be there,
famous
maybe I won't
people
be.
get presents from other people on their birthday. They do. People send them presents. Why don't you send us presents?
I get presents all the time.
Are they marked for Jeremy?
No. See you next
Bye.
week.